This edition of Princeton News and Events with Christina Smith and Todd Reichert is sponsored by Bon Appetit, celebrating 40 years as Princeton's only European market and cafe. By Adams Consulting Group, helping Princeton area businesses transform ordinary customers into loyal fans. By Monday Morning Flower and Balloon Company, sending smiles throughout the Princeton community since 1988. And by Tre Piani Restaurant, one of Princeton's premier dining destinations, now featuring Tre Bar, the popular new wine bar at Tre Piani.
Welcome to the Princeton News Network. I'm Christina Smith.
And I'm Todd Reichert. These are the highlights of the Princeton events calendar for Monday, January 28th through Sunday, February 3rd, 2008.
On Monday, January 28th, the Arts Council of Princeton will hold an opening reception for its 2008 faculty exhibition. This fine art exhibit features original works by teaching artists affiliated with the Arts Council. The exhibit includes ceramics, photography, drawings, prints, paintings, and mixed media, and will be on view through March 1st. The reception runs from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Contemporary Arts Center in the Princeton Shopping Center, 301 North Harrison Street.
On Wednesday, January 30th, Westminster Choir College's Faculty Recital Series features baritone Elam Ellie and pianist J.J. Penna. The pair will perform Schubert's song cycle Winterreise. Ellie is professor of voice at Westminster Choir College with a career spanning from opera, oratorio, and recital to premieres of art song and cabaret music. Penna, a member of Westminster's faculty since 1996, has performed in recital with such eminent singers as Kathleen Battle and Harolyn Blackwell, and has been heard at the Washington's Kennedy Center and New York's Merkin Recital Hall. The recital takes place in Westminster's Bristol Chapel off Walnut Lane at 7:30 p.m. Admission is $15, $10 for students and seniors.
On Thursday, January 31st, the Princeton Public Library hosts The Secrets of the Inca, an introduction to Incan and Andean cultures presented by Douglas Rosentrader. The Inca Empire of Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador rivaled ancient Rome in size, political influence, arts, and architecture. This hour-long lecture will examine ancient accomplishments, Andean spirituality, and what can be learned from the societal and ecological stewardship of those indigenous societies. Rosentrader's talk will include photos and findings from his 2005 National Endowment for the Humanities Summer Institute tour of Peru and Bolivia. He is a professor at Bucks County Community College and a longtime Commonwealth speaker for the Pennsylvania Humanities Council. The lecture begins at 7:30 p.m. at the Princeton Public Library, 65 Witherspoon Street, and it's free.
On Friday, February 1st, the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra performs works by Mozart, Strauss, and Sierra in Princeton University's Richardson Auditorium. The concert, conducted by Lawrence Foster, presents Mozart's Paris Symphony, a boisterous work composed during Mozart's fun times in France. This piece sets the stage for Strauss's humorous and satirical Le Bourgeois Gentilhomme. The evening also features guitar virtuoso Manuel Barrueco, who will perform the United States premiere of Roberto Sierra's romantic Danzas Concertantes. The concert begins at 8 p.m. in Richardson Auditorium on the Princeton University campus. Tickets are $20.
Also on Friday, the Arts Council of Princeton presents Starry Winter Night 7, a story hour for grown-ups. Adults are invited to come and rediscover the pleasure of listening to short stories read aloud. Gifted Princeton area writers will read or perform imaginative, original short fiction, nonfiction, memoir, and dramatic pieces in a club-like setting. Readings begin at 8 p.m. at the Contemporary Arts Center in the Princeton Shopping Center, 301 North Harrison Street. Interested in being a reader? Visit the Arts Council of Princeton's website for more information.
Saturday, February 2nd is Groundhog Day. In weather lore, if a groundhog, also known as a woodchuck, land beaver, or whistle pig, emerges from its burrow on this day and fails to see its shadow, winter will soon end. If the groundhog sees its shadow, it will be frightened back into its burrow, and winter will continue for 6 more weeks. According to groundhog.org, the celebration of Groundhog Day began with Pennsylvania's earliest settlers. They brought with them the legend of Candlemas Day, which states, "For as the sun shines on Candlemas Day, so far will the snow swirl in May."
One way to spend your 2008 Groundhog Day is at Terhune Orchard's Wassailing the Apples event. The public is invited to join the Mount family in celebrating this ancient British tradition of protecting the orchards to ensure a successful crop for the next season. Activities include dancing and singing by the Molly dancers and reenactments of Old English traditional rituals. Everyone is invited to join in with toasts of hot cider and placing gifts of cider-soaked bread in the tree branches while chanting lively words of praise and New Year. A bonfire with marshmallow roasting, wagon rides, and live music performed by the Spice Punch Bandaire are all part of the celebration. The wassailing takes place between 1 and 4 p.m. at Terhune Orchards, 330 Cold Soil Road, and it's free.
If wassailing doesn't strike your fancy, on Saturday evening, McCarter Theater presents Princess Ida, performed by the New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players and Orchestra. Produced between Iolanthe and Mikado in 1884, Princess Ida shows its creators at the height of their powers. The score is Sullivan at his best, and it's Gilbert's only libretto with dialogue in blank verse. Women's lib and feminism may be years away, but the setting is a women's college where men are not allowed. That is, not until its students are liberated by a trio of cross-dressing suitors who sneak into the compound. Can coeducation be far behind, or were Gilbert and Sullivan just ahead of their time? Showtime is 7:30 p.m. in the Matthews Theater of the McCarter Theater Center, 91 University Place. Admission is $42 to $48.
And finally, on Saturday, Westminster Choir College presents Contrast in Sound, featuring pianist James Goldsworthy with guest artists soprano Judith Patina and guitarist James Day. The program features contrasts of sound and style in works from Domenico Scarlatti to Toru Takamitsu. Soprano Judith Patina and pianist James Goldsworthy have been artistic collaborators since first meeting while on the faculty of Stanford University. James Day is Director of Guitar Studies at the College of New Jersey and is a faculty member of Westminster Conservatory. Goldsworthy is on the piano faculty of Westminster Choir College. The concert takes place in the Playhouse on the Westminster Choir College campus off Walnut Lane, beginning at 8 p.m. Admission is $15, $10 for students and seniors.
Even in Princeton, on Sunday, February 3rd, there is nothing going on because it's Super Bowl XLII. That's 42. If you are viewing this webcast before Super Bowl Sunday, there is still time to get the 60-inch flat panel TV, order the chicken wings from Chuck's, the hoagies from Hoagie Haven, and stock up on chips, dip, and beer. Go Patriots!
Go Giants! Those are the highlights of the Princeton events calendar for January 28th through February 3rd, 2008. A complete listing of today's events is posted daily here on the Princeton News Network.
For the Princeton News Network, I'm Todd Reichert.
And I'm Christina Smith.
This edition of Princeton News and Events with Christina Smith and Todd Reichert has been sponsored by Bon Appetit, celebrating 40 years as Princeton's only European market and cafe. By Adams Consulting Group, helping Princeton area businesses transform ordinary customers into loyal fans. By Monday Morning Flower and Balloon Company, sending smiles throughout the Princeton community since 1988. And by Tre Piani Restaurant, one of Princeton's premier dining destinations, now featuring Tre Bar, the popular new wine bar at Tre Piani.